I am Mark, virtual teacher instructor at Egnatia Career College. I will be teaching understanding construction drawings and try to make it a pleasant experience for you. This is video number 2. Plan views. After completing this unit, you will be able to describe the general kinds of information shown on the listed plans and how that information applies to a building project. Site plans, foundation plans, floor plans, site plans. A site plan gives information about the site on which the building is to be constructed. The boundaries of the site, property lines, are shown. The property line is usually a heavy line with 1 or 2 short dashes between longer line segments. The lengths of the boundaries are noted next to the line symbol. Property descriptions are usually the result of a survey by a surveyor. Surveyors and engineers usually work with decimal parts of feet, rather than feet and inches. A symbol or north arrow of some type indicates what compass direction the site faces. Unless this north arrow includes a correction for the difference between true north and magnetic north, it may be only an approximation. However, it is sufficient to show the general direction the site faces. The site plan also indicates where the building is positioned on the site. At a minimum, the dimensions to the front and one side of the site are given. The overall dimensions of the building are also included. Anyone reading the site plan will have this basic information without having to refer to the other drawings. If the finished site is to include walks, drives, or patios, these are also described by their overall dimensions. Site plans often show other information, such as the slope or contour of the site and the locations of utilities. These are discussed in a later unit. Foundation plans. A foundation plan is like a floor plan, but instead of showing the living spaces, it shows the foundation walls and any other structural work to be done below the living spaces. 2 types of foundations are commonly used. One type has a concrete base, called the footing. The other is the slab-on-grade type. A slab-on-grade foundation consists of a concrete slab placed directly on the soil with little or no other support. Slabs on grade are usually thickened at their edges and wherever they must support a heavy load. Girders. When the footing and wall type foundation is used, girders are used to provide intermediate support to the structure above. The girder is shown on the foundation plan by phantom lines and a note describing it. Foundation plan includes all the dimensions necessary to lay out the footings and foundation walls. The footings follow the walls and may be shown on the plan. If they are shown, it is usually by means of hidden lines to show their outline only. In addition to the layout of the foundation walls, dimensions are given for opening windows, doors, and ventilators. Notes on the plan indicate areas that are not to be excavated, concrete slab floors, and other important information about the foundation. Floor plans. A floor plan is a section view taken at a height that shows the placement of walls, windows, doors, cabinets, and other important features. A separate floor plan is included for each floor of the building. The floor plans provide more information about the building than any of the other drawings. Building layout. The floor plans show the locations of all the walls, doors, and windows. Therefore, the floor plans show how the building is divided into rooms and how to get from one room to another. Before attempting to read any of the specific information on the floor plans, it is wise to familiarize yourself with the general layout of the building. To quickly familiarize yourself with a floor plan, imagine that you are walking through the house. In each room, from the first floor to the second floor. Dimensions. Dimensions are given for the sizes and locations of all walls, partitions, doors, windows, and other important features. On frame construction, exterior walls are usually dimensioned to the outside face of the wall framing. If the walls are to be covered with stucco or masonry veneer, this material is outside the dimensioned face of the wall frame. Interior partitions may be dimensioned to either face of the studs. Studs are the vertical members in a wall frame. Windows and doors may be dimensioned about their center lines or to the edges of the openings. Elevations. After completing this unit, you will be able to perform the following tasks. Orient building elevations to building plans. Describe the kinds of information shown on elevations. Drawings that show the height of objects are called elevations. However, when builders and architects refer to building elevations, they mean the exterior elevation drawings of the building. A set of working drawings usually includes an elevation of each of the 4 sides of the building. If the building is very complex, there may be more than 4 elevations. If the building is simple, there may be only 2 elevations, the front and one side. Orienting elevations. It is important to determine the relationship of one drawing to another. This is called orienting the drawings. Elevations are sometimes named according to compass directions. The side of the house that faces north is the north elevation, and the side that faces south is the south elevation. When the elevations are named according to compass direction, they can be oriented to the floor plan, foundation plan, and site plan by the north arrow on those plans. It might help to label the edge of the plans according to the north arrow. Labeling elevations according to compass direction is not always possible. When drawings are prepared to be sold through a catalog, or when they are for use on several sites, the compass directions cannot be included. In this case, the elevations are named according to their position as you face the building. To orient these elevations to the plans, find the front on the plans. The front is usually at the bottom of the floor plan, but it can be checked by the location of the main entrance. Information on building elevations. Building elevations are normally quite simple. The elevations show most of the building, as it will actually appear with solid lines. However, the underground portion of the foundation is shown as hidden lines. The footing is shown as a rectangle of dashed lines at the bottom of the foundation walls. Some important dimensions are included on the building elevations. The dimensions most often included are listed here. Thickness of footing. Height of foundation walls. Top of foundation to finished first floor. Finished floor to ceiling or top of plate. The plate is the uppermost framing member in the wall. Finished floor to bottom of window headers. The headers are the framing across the top of a window opening. Roof overhang at eaves. Sections and detail. After completing this unit, you will be able to perform the following tasks. Find information shown on section views. Find information shown on large-scale details. Orient sections and details to the other plans and elevations. It is not possible to show all the details of construction on foundation plans, floor plans, and building elevations. Those drawings are meant to show the relationships of the major building elements to one another. To show how individual pieces fit together, it is necessary to use larger scale drawings and section views. These drawings are usually grouped together in the drawing set. They are referred to as sections and details. Sections. Nearly all sets of drawings include at least a typical wall section. The typical section may be a section view of one wall, or it may be a full section of the building. Full sections are named by the direction in which the imaginary cut is made. A transverse section is taken from an imaginary cut across the width of the building. Transverse sections are sometimes called cross sections. A full section taken from a lengthwise cut through the building is called a longitudinal section. Full sections and wall sections normally have only a few dimensions, but have many notes with leaders to identify the parts of the wall. The following is a list of the kinds of information that are included on typical wall sections with most sets of drawings. Footing size and material. This is specified by building codes. Foundation wall thickness, height, and material. Insulation, waterproofing, and interior finish for foundation walls. Fill and waterproofing under concrete floors. Concrete floor thickness, material, and reinforcement. Sizes of floor framing materials. Sizes of wall framing materials. Wall covering, sheathing, siding, stucco, masonry, and interior wall finish and insulation. Cornice construction materials and sizes. The cornice is the construction at the roof eaves. Ceiling construction and insulation. Section views are used to show any special construction that cannot be shown on normal plans and elevations. Other large-scale details. A large scale may be all that is needed to show the necessary details. The most common examples of this are on cabinet installation drawings. Cabinet elevations show how the cabinets are located, without showing the interior construction. Orienting sections and details. Sections and details that refer to a specific location in the building include a reference that indicates where the section or detail came from. That larger source drawing has a cutting plane line to show exactly where the section cut or detail is taken from. The cutting plane line has an arrowhead or some other indication of the direction from which the detail is viewed. The top drawing in figure attached shows that there is a section view or detail of the construction at the skylight. The little flag at the top points to the right, so that is the direction from which the detail at the bottom of the figure is viewed. The label on the bottom drawing, the skylight detail, includes the number of the drawing, corresponding to the number indicated at the cutting plane line in the top view. A reference mark near the arrow indicates where the detail drawing is shown. The reference marks that are used for orienting details may vary from one set of drawings to another. It is important, although not usually difficult, to study the drawings and learn how the architect references details. Usually a system of sheet numbers and view numbers is used. One such numbering system was explained earlier.